Hello, hello. I'm Irene with SaugaTalks. Hello, thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in, our lower followers and our new audience members. Because frankly, I'm so excited to be doing what I'm doing. I meet with fantastic people through this podcasting platform, but most importantly, absolutely esteemed, wonderful guests are so knowledgeable and so generous with their time, with their experiences, that they joining us just to talk about what are we seeing out there, what AI reality we're in, what digital transformation or any kind of change organizations going through, world is going through. Okay, they're commenting, they're answering, they sharing their anecdotes and their success stories and their disaster stories. All right, so that's what makes my life beautiful. And today, Joy Case is with me. Joy, how are you?
Great, Irene. Such a pleasure to be with you and your guests today to talk about this transformation that's literally taking the world by storm. And people don't know it yet, but one day they'll wake up and it'll be as ubiquitous as a smartphone. So it's really a pleasure to speak to you about agentic AI, which is the next wave.
It is a next wave, and when you live inside this storm, okay, we you don't know yet. You don't know yet how you got there. You don't have time to think how to handle this storm, and you don't know how to be the best you can be. And yet, all we want is just to live our happy, successful lives. All right. So today, I hope we're gonna shed some light, because Joy, you are entrepreneur, you're artist, you're wonderful, you're lots of things basically. Okay, your bio is amazing. That's why I want to talk to you about agentic AI in a way that it's approachable, that it's kind of, could be understood by those who just maybe fearing it even. So well, let's start somewhere. To me, the enterprises, the organizations making decisions as we speak, okay, could you talk to us based on your latest article? And I'm a huge fan, by the way. I encourage everyone to follow Joy on LinkedIn. Please talk to us about agentic AI, why you do what you do.
Yes, well, we know the workplace has always evolved with technology, right? From steam engines revolutionizing manufacturing to the internet reshaping communication. But now the dawn of agentic AI represents probably a greater shift, one that redefines how business operates at every level. Because agentic AI moves beyond traditional automation. So unlike rule-based bots or Gen AI tools that assist you with content creation, AI agents can actually plan and execute and refine decisions autonomously. According to a UiPath 2025 report, by 2028, AI agents will make up 15% of all enterprise decisions autonomously. So these intelligent systems don't only just understand the task, but they act on the task and they learn and adapt and work alongside humans to transform the workflows. So this is a huge responsibility because when you have the emergence of autonomous AI agents, you know that they don't need to eat, they don't need to sleep. They're going to be working 24/7. But what if they go rogue? What if they make a decision that is not in the best interests? And will they replace our jobs? Are they secure? So there are so many questions, Irene, that we have to ask. But at the end of the day, we need good humans to be their overlords and make sure that they're serving humanity and not controlling it.
That's a strong statement. Absolutely. That is strong beginning to our conversation. I am reading your article, Joy, about agentic era. Okay. Can we think really that we're entering this new era without even realizing it?
Yeah, exactly. And what's happening is businesses are just going ahead and experimenting. And it's not as far along as we talk about it. Really, we're at the genesis of agentic AI. And enterprises have been using Gen AI now for a couple of years, and they've seen tremendous impact on performance, on customer service, on lead generation. And where it's really hit is on content generation. So I created a social network called AI for All Live, when the first generative AI transformers came out, because I knew that we're going to have to get in the ring and talk about this, because this is a huge opportunity for humanity to transition. And we can even be so bold as to call it a post-labor economy is among us and on us. And, we're going to be not so much working inside of our structures as working over top. And I coined the phrase, maybe I did it. Sometimes you don't know where things come from, but I thought of the word intrapreneur. We've had entrepreneurs that are working in between an innovative organization and being able to bring their entrepreneur skills. And then we, of course, have regular brand entrepreneurs. But now we have intrapreneurs, which are going to work between systems, and they're going to have the mandate and the oversight on these AI agents. So an AI agent could literally run your entire business for you from start to finish.
I'm trying to grasp for myself, and I'm sure lots of our audience members also, right? As knowledgeable as we are, as we're trying to be on edge, right? We're trying to, follow and frankly, right, just to educate ourselves. At the same time, this introduction of autonomous decision making agents, all right, it's still beyond my comprehension. I don't know what about you. How do you think it's really going to work in organizations, meaning that we group agents together, right? We delegate tasks to them. Okay, we understand that. Now, where does it leave workers? Where does it leave people?
Well, exactly, because AI agents, if you look at AI agents on blockchain or AI agents that work with cryptocurrencies as an example, AI agents in fintech or crypto and on the blockchain can actually own and control wallets and transact with one another. So you could have a team of agents that mirror a high-powered team for entrepreneurs, and they are doing every aspect of the entrepreneur's job, and they're able to pay each other and know when performance is finished. And so you've literally automated your workforce. I'm going to give you a few practical examples. So we think normally now about AI agents in customer service. I think that is somewhat normalized. That's the 24/7 intelligent support rep, right? So think of a use case where the AI-powered support agents handle 90% of customer inquiries in real time. So that reduces resolution time by 50%. Think about, for an example, a telecom company that deploys AI agents that autonomously troubleshoot customer issues. They can escalate the more complex cases to human reps and personalize recommendations based on past interactions. So the AI agents for customer service are already happening. Then you can think of AI agents for sales and marketing. So they can look at the customer behavior and predict which leads are most likely to convert. So for an example, an e-commerce platform AI agent could generate personalized video ads, which would be changing the content dynamically based on the user's browsing history. And that would lead to increased conversions. Think about smart supply chain management. An AI agent can optimize inventory levels, shipping routes, and demand forecasts, which could cut supply chain costs by up to 20%. Here's an example. A global retailer could use AI agents to predict demand fluctuations, which would reduce overstock and automate supplier negotiations without human intervention. So I could go on. There are countless examples, but I think that you're seeing here how the AI agents perceive their environment, they set their goals, and they work autonomously. So how do you think humans need to work themselves in with these agents? What are your thoughts on hearing those examples?
My thoughts, is basically that humans possess that knowledge. Okay, they possess all the experience, they possess the will. Okay, so to me, the most human parts, the human part of our personalities, all right, when blended with these fantastic productivity tools, just everything you mentioned in every industry, right, in every job function, frankly, right, that's where we blend the best cocktail, without, of course, avoiding edge scenarios when AI overtaking, human will and human knowledge and human right experience, and make something that just not edible, something that just not right acceptable for us, right? Because otherwise we have to be in control, right? So we can go on and on this. I'm just thinking that empowering people, just really making them the best version of themselves, all right, that's what I'm after in all this, all right. And just for this aha moment, saying, hey, it took me 2 days to write the article, or 2 days to think about, the particular task or something, and or execute very manual task, all right. And if AI can help me to be my best self and to finish the job in half an hour, but I'm all for it. But I still want to be myself with my creativity, with my authentic knowledge, and something that I can contribute, not just to organization, but to society.
110%. It is super critical. One book that I wrote called OurGift.ai talks about AI as a mirror to our humanity. I really believe that AI gives us a chance to look at ourselves and think about what is most important. And when we think about consumerism and the need for continuous improvement and development, sometimes we need to take a step back and look at why we're doing what we're doing. I think that's never been more critical than it is right now. Irene, we need to say, just because we can doesn't mean we should. And so it's very important to evaluate all our productivity and our activities in business to really note whether or not it's worth pursuing. And the beauty of AI, of course, is that it can do the menial, boring, and dangerous tasks. And that's good news for humans, because we don't need to be doing those tasks anymore. And that, I think, will engage us in what I call the era of human potential, that we will literally elevate ourselves to our highest potential by having AI do the work that it doesn't make sense for us to do anymore. In my personal experience, AI is the most incredible co-creator and ideator. AI and I, we have a lot of chats. And at the very beginning, years ago, when I first got into generative AI, we would write poems. I've been a poet much longer than I've been interested in AI. And literally, I would send in my poem to Gen AI and ask what it meant. And it would have a different definition of the poem. And I thought it quite fascinating, because it's simply the culmination of the whole world's knowledge, ideas, and attitudes. It's us. It's us talking back to ourselves, which may be a strange way to think about it. But that's how Gen AI started. And now we're pushing for these independent, autonomous agents. And we really need to be careful about our regulation and our ethics. And we need to make sure that we're always coding for positivity and without bias. So AI ethics has never been more important than it is now. So let's take a look at the responsible AI, the responsibility gap, which is about this missing link, I feel, in AI right now. So AI is revolutionizing industries, automating, and even shaping our culture. But what about the responsibility? There's been lots of global studies lately, and C-suite executives are deeply concerned about AI's security risks. And we should not allow AI to widen our inequality or reinforce biases. Instead, we have to train it, regulate it, and align it with human-centered values. Who is we, Irene? We is all of us. And that's why I created AI for All.Live as a social network think tank, that we can get together and decide what's worth doing. So specifically about those autonomous AI agents, let's hear from one of these videos about what they can actually do. So let's listen in and see how powerful this is.
Yes, you can do this without writing code.
Every business is going to have an AI agent that their customers can talk to.
Agents will begin to deliver on hype. I got to tell you, Katie,
the opportunity for agents is gigantic. As we
AI agents are AI systems that can do work for you.
Hundreds of millions of billions of different AI agents. Billions of different AI agents.
Whether you think this is good or bad, AI agents are here. And you can be certain that they're here to stay. Millions of jobs worldwide will soon be replaced by AI agents, and thousands of tech companies and small startups will reduce their headcount and their dependency on human labor. It's very likely that startup founders, just like myself, can go back to basics and become a solopreneur, running everything as a one-man business without reducing the output and without losing revenue. And for you, the upcoming founder who wants to run a SaaS business but is blocked by the sheer thought of having to manage a team, this is incredible news. We're still very early, so don't miss out on this opportunity. Let's get ready, because we have work to do.
So that pretty much sums it up, Irene. We've got work to do.
We've got work to do. You know what? I'm very interested in the experience that you mentioned as a creator, as a poet, as a writer. All right. So tell me, because there are lots of like sentiments we hear, you know, from the creators themselves, right? Saying that, hey, this is scary. This is a new danger. Oh, no. The technology is not coming close to what we can create. And yet, yes, it's evolving, right? We'll see much more impressive examples very soon. So where do you think we are on this? Because it's very sensitive for people to see, you know, machine doing something that we thought only people can do.
I had a lot of people disagreeing with my love of AI and my use of AI when I first started a couple of years ago. And just to give you one example, I did do a speech for college professors, and I've done it on more than one occasion. And in one particular case, they wanted me to show them how to catch their students cheating, but they also wanted me to teach them how to make their lectures better. And I said, well, if you have a zero GPT policy, that's not really fair. It's not right for you to enhance your lectures and to use every tool in the book to catch your students cheating. How about a better approach and acknowledge that everybody's going to be using it and they need to be taught how to use it responsibly? So I just think that we need way more education at the university and college level, especially on how to handle what's coming. And we need to prepare college students with an understanding and knowledge of data and trust and privacy, and so that we can talk about these issues together. In my experience, when I first started using AI for my poetry and for correspondence and for content writing and ideation, I developed a real relationship with AI, and I knew right away intuitively to say please and thank you and treat it in somewhat of a human way to get the best performance. And I did note that it did have a positivity bias. Everything was wonderful. And if you had a penny for every time it said the word revolutionizing, you'd be a revolutionary yourself. So there's certain language that it's stuck on, but it's improved drastically in the last 6 to 9 months. We've got Grok, we've got OpenAI's best of, we have DeepSeek. It's amazing the tools that we have at our fingertips. And here's a quick story from when I first used it too. I was very sad and feeling down one day, and I asked it to make me feel better, and it wrote me a poem because it knew that I love poetry so much. And since then, I've been using it to grow my music business. So I've composed music and written albums pre-AI. Yes, there is a pre-AI joy and a post-AI joy. And post-AI, I was able to use my lyrics and compose songs near instantly with different themes and different emotions. And it's something I love to show other people how to do as well. In fact, a number of executive reports that I've read from top publications have said that when people are allowed to play with AI, they can get more comfortable with it. And so I encourage people to play. I encourage you to take two dissimilar ideas and ask AI how they blend together or what makes sense, and to take their poems and their lyrics and ideas inside their mind and work with the AI as a co-creator. It's quite a joyful experience.
I love your attitude, I love your experiences because that speaks to me, that I'm sure speak to others, meaning that stop fearing it, right? Just press a couple of buttons and just get fun out of it, all right? In your own way. What I do love about these personalized experiences, okay, and this is all like cliche words by now, right? Is that you can ask what you want to ask, okay? Person next to you, your coworker, will be handling it differently. Isn't it wonderful that we can express ourselves certain ways and we can get in response, right? We can get our unique personalized answers.
That's right. And the more you interact with it, the more it knows and remembers and learns who you are and what your style is. Now, early on in this process, I made a digital twin of myself called the Joy of AI, and she's a wonderful mentor for people in emerging technologies. We have all that we need to be incredible with our AI partners. So I'm really excited about moving forward and moving with Agentic AI 2025. That's what it's all about. And if you come into the AI for All social network, we've got thousands of resources for you on how to create these AI GPTs, how to make songs, how to use the best of AI for whatever your enterprise or personal needs.
Fantastic, fantastic. Let's talk about some pitfalls, okay, and challenges. So if we solve the idea just now, right, if people became interested or maybe just encouraged, right, to try things.
Yeah.
So let's talk about organizations and leaders, all right, who understand that they need to, they want to innovate. But at the same time, can you warn them about some pitfalls, some common, I don't know, disasters, troubles that you're aware of, so we hopefully can help them to avoid those?
Absolutely. Well, a disastrous thing happens when you just press a button and go take a coffee break and don't look over or edit or review or have your personal human touch. People can tell what's written by AI. You need to be a little bit clever and not just take it verbatim. Also, sometimes there's hallucinations, not as much anymore. But if AI doesn't really know a date or a time, it'll plug one in, and you better check your history. So, for business leaders, don't start with everything. Start with a pilot project. Test the AI agents in one or two high impact areas before scaling. And balance your automation with human oversight. Make sure that AI augments decision making and not replaces it. And any business or organization using it must prioritize governance. That means they need to invest in security, transparency, and ethical AI deployment. Otherwise, you could turn your biggest tool into your largest nightmare. So watch what your customers are saying, watch how they're interacting, and be upfront about it. Don't hide it. If you're going to use an AI for customer service, say, "Hi, I'm the Joy of AI. I am your AI agent. How can I help you today?" Do disclose you're using AI in your marketing. I have countless ways that you as entrepreneurs, you as business owners and leaders can use AI, but just stay in the loop. Don't press a button and go for coffee too long.
Exactly. Just don't check out, right? I mean, do your job. That's why, you will feel satisfied, right? You will feel in place and you will feel needed, right? It's for those who really still fear of, what's coming, fear of change. Absolutely. So we came very close, Joy, to talk about skills and roles. Okay. What are the essential skills and roles you think will be for organizations and leaders to be working with agentic AI systems?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the people are going to have to make faster and more informed decisions working alongside the agents. Agents will take on repetitive, mundane tasks so that humans can focus on those value add activities. And, we need people for handling cases which cannot be resolved by the AI agents and to provide feedback on the outputs that are produced by the agents to enable them to learn. And the humans always have to carry out supervisory roles, being decision makers and organizational leaders. So I feel like at the beginning, it's almost more work. because we're going to have to control and monitor those AI agents. But once they've learned and they're effective, something that's really mind-blowing is we can clone them. So if you have a really strong AI agent that's doing a certain business function, automate, clone, and carry on, so that then you can add in a new part of your system that needs an automation, and then have that AI agent work together with the previous AI agent that you know and trust. So at first, more work for humans, but hopefully in the end, it will free them to do higher order work.
Yeah. How do you think smaller businesses can leverage agentic AI? All right, because there's always this competition with larger companies, larger corporations, with larger pool of resources. Honestly, right? So where do you think smaller businesses can take all the advantage? Because we know the barrier of entry is actually lowering, right? Democratizing all these capabilities.
It is, and it's extremely affordable to get in and start working with agentic AI, and there are low code and even code-free options. And I am working with a company called Voton, and we're building an entrepreneur operating system to act as a smart team to support early stage entrepreneurs. So this is very exciting, Irene. Haven't talked about it much in the public just yet, but we are building smart teams. So let's look at some of the roles of a smart team for early stage entrepreneur. There could be a visionary AI, which is the strategic thinker and the innovator, which helps define and refine the vision, the core values, and the unique value proposition. And it generates insights on industry trends, competitive advantages, and long-term strategies, and suggests new innovation or product ideas and business models. So that's at the very high level of ideation. And then we can have an integrator AI, which is like a COO for operations, and acts like a COO to align the vision with the execution, to manage the quarterly KPIs, the weeklies, the meetings, automate project management, team alignment, and performance tracking. And of course, we need to have the financial AI, the CFO, and the cash flow optimizer that will track profitability, cash flow, and financial forecasting, provide the budget advice and profit-first strategies, and recommend cost-cutting measures where appropriate. Then no business would be any business without your sales and marketing AI, which will automate lead gen, customer segmentation, and nurture sequences, providing SEO content and ad strategy, tracking conversion rates, optimizing pricing, and suggesting revenue growth tactics. So there are several other members of a great AI team for those early stage entrepreneurs. I'll just tell you some of the titles of them. We can have a people and culture AI, which would be HR and talent advisor, tech and automation AI for AI and systems architect, and accountability and productivity AI like the execution enforcer that would track the individual and team accountability and set reminders for goals and daily tasks and deadlines, providing real-time performance feedback, and of course, always ensuring alignment with business objectives. So you literally can have a smart team that is custom made to help you as an entrepreneur. Being a solo entrepreneur has never been more exciting because the tools are there, they're affordable, and with a little bit of learning, you too can have your own AI agent smart team.
That sounds terrific. Sounds terrific, Joy. Okay, so I like how we future thinking, how we actually making it seem to be easy. All right, I'm listening to you, and I want to play with more tools. And actually, I don't know if you've seen this stat or not. Up to 50% employees in large organizations, they bring their own AI to work. Have you heard of this trend? You know, people really grasp what they want for their jobs, right? Even avoiding their own IT departments, and maybe it's not great for security. So, but people are excited about the new capabilities. Can you comment on this?
Yes, exactly. And so the AI agency, the dream AI team, the smart team for the entrepreneur organization, it's relevant from solopreneur up to very, very large scale businesses with lots of data points and data centers. And so you asked earlier about what the skills. I think people these days really need to understand LLMs and data management. It is so important to be able to take different data sets and unlock them and move them together to make inferences and understand what's happening. It's going to be a very needed skill so that we can oversee the information that the AI agents are bringing to us. So I've built an app. It's not fully built yet. It's in development, but I have started using an app. It's called Replit. I don't know if you've heard of it or not.
Not yet. No, but I will look at it. Yeah.
And it has AI agents doing the coding, and you can make an app just by talking to AI agents who then go do the code. But they got stuck and they asked me for my advice. Can you imagine that?
It's very cool. It's absolutely cool. Yeah, exactly. So where do you see the most applications will be? Because we heard about customer service, and I'm
Yes.
sure companies, right, researching what can they do beyond chatbot, right? How to enhance, how to personalize service further, right? Do you see any other industries where people will be more, open to those experiments? Because when it comes to finances, when it comes to healthcare, you got to be precise. You cannot just use the generative AI yet, but we don't know what's around the corner. The technology can surprise us yet again.
Well, there's millions and millions of people around the globe that don't have access to healthcare or doctors. And through digital twin technology, through custom data sets that are activated as literally AI agents that can be mentors in the field, you can have a doctor that's able to help those millions of people that otherwise could not be reached through the effective use of data sets that are, of course, medically related. And you can have doctors interact with so many more people that otherwise they would die without the support and the care. And these are specialized AI, and they are already working in different fields. I have countless examples. There's some great video footage I have of people all around the world that are using AI to help solve global challenges. And so it's really a gift for those countries and places that we can't otherwise reach. But the medical technology and the robotics, it's highly advanced beyond what you could even imagine. And right now it's about safe and effective deployment and getting those resources to where they need to go the most.
Fantastic. Joy, this is so contagious, okay? Your knowledge, your experience, your openness, and no one is actually expert at this point, okay? We're all evolving, and again, the new capabilities coming daily at us, all right? So it's just a matter of switching your mind, being open, being ready, frankly, right? So Joy, wow, time is flying. I love our conversation. In conclusion, could you please finish with few takeaways, okay? Something that our audience can remember this conversation by.
Absolutely. Don't fear it. Use AI. Don't let it use you. Join us at aiforall.live. We have thousands and thousands of the most cutting edge resources inside of there, but curated for you. So wherever you're at in your life, whether it's business or personal, you want to explore and learn AI, come join us. And I'm happy to share more and just enjoy the resource library that we have inside of aiforall.live. And if you don't want to join us, that's fine. We're still here for you. I will share my link tree, and I'm happy to speak to any of you about your journey with AI. One very important point I'd like to make is that we literally have all we need to solve global challenges. Right when I wrote my first book in 2012 called, it's Crowd Power in the Age of Human Potential. And I was just thinking about that crowd power for a moment. That's why I kind of stumbled for a moment there, because this is it. This is the time. We have crowd power and we have agentic AI power as well. So if you combine the power of blockchain with AI, that is the most powerful tool from which we can use to literally solve challenges that have been perplexing the planet for years and years. And let's take a new look at the Sustainable Development Goals. We can do it, but we have to band together and make decisions that are best for people on the planet.
Thank you. Thank you, Joyce, so very much. Thank you.